I'm going live because I love when I'm able to send a message live, because that forced me to be real, raw, and truthful like I wanted to be. Now, the purpose of this video is to let everyone know what do we do on this single basis. Very simple things, okay? Even though this is for business, I just want to share the beginning of the day that I consider that I start a day winning. Because I wake up, we drink a green smoothie with a spinach, we put some other things on it, then we go to the gym, then we go out running 2 miles, and then we get a download from heaven. That's how I call it. I believe it's from heaven, because it is a way for me to meditate. Okay, I'm gonna try to look at both cameras, but anyway, it is a way for me to meditate, and I get that download and I always share it. And if I can, that same day, I meditate on that thought, and it would be awesome to write on that thought and to pray on that thought. Then I have a word to work through my day. Sometimes I have words that I'm not too encouraged to share. Some other times I just have a passion whenever I get that download. Today I got a download that it says, talk about the princess. Talk about to men, why is it that you don't have your princess, even though you're married, you have a business, you have family, your children. But the thing is, like, the thought came like that. It says, talk to them about the reason why is it that you don't have your princess. Why you don't have a princess at home. In that moment on, I know where that thought was going, and I just start laughing. I start talking to myself. If anybody looked at me, I'm sure that person would have thought I was completely nuts, because I was laughing and running, and I start talking. I start talking to God in that moment, right? I says, well, if this is you, you have a very good sense of humor, all right? But I'm still gonna share it. And I want you to understand that the reason why you don't have your princess at home, right? It is because, let's see if I can do it right. This is what I was showing. Because you're still being the frog. Okay, this is for men. It's because you're still being the frog. And you try to convince her that you are the prince, but she keeps telling you like, no, you're still the frog. And the frog is like, yes, but I see a princess now. I changed, I see a princess. But she keeps saying, well, I'm sorry, you're just a frog. You're just standing there seeing the princess, but you're not doing anything else. So you see the beauty of the princess, you want to be with the princess, but you're not doing anything else. I mean, so you're still acting like a frog, right? And remember, this message, it's not for you guys. I'm just sharing the message that it was given to me, okay? So now you understand a little bit the pain that I go through these downloads, all right? Because I'm being told that sometimes I start praying and I get in my conversations and I start complaining about the queen. How come I don't have my queen? And the reason is because I'm still acting like a frog. Why am I acting like a frog? Because as men, if we don't understand that we were meant to be the king, and the king is someone that takes responsibility. The king is someone that runs the kingdom. The king is someone that provides, that provides security, that provides love, that provides power, that provides guidance, that provides stability. So even though I can provide in some areas, because again, we talk about these, we talk about providing, we talk about security, we talk about love, we talk about fun, we talk about guidance, right? So then, today's men, we think that as long as we do take care of the dollar thing, it's like that we're doing our job. And then we question ourselves, why is it that she still thinks I'm a frog? Well, the answer is that you're a provider, but not a provider of money. That's why we know that the queen and the kids, they rather have the provider of guidance, the provider of security, the provider of love, the provider of fun. And then if you bring money, that will be a plus. All right, at least I say in 90% of these marriages, I'm talking about speaking to men of faith that have businesses with family that, remember, men of faith that believe in the Creator through the Bible, all right, that believe in that Creator. In any, from the beginning, from Genesis to the end. If you stand in the middle, I'm fine with it, as long as you believe in that creator. That's just the basics, okay? As long as you believe in that creator, even though if you think that Jesus was a prophet, whatever, that's your thing. I'm just here to help, to awaken the man to this reality. Okay, even though all my principles that I like to work on are biblical, okay? It's through my walk of reading the Bible, I'm walking, I'm trying to walk that Bible to see if it's true what it's speaking, especially in the Old Testament and the New Testament, especially both same thing. But in the New Testament, trying what Jesus said, that's my calling right now, to walk and to see what is true, what is not. So far, everything is truth. So far, everything's truth. So, I want you to understand that, man, that if you understand that you are the king, and we help you understand that you are the king, but first you need to understand that you're a warrior, and that you need to become that warrior, and that you need to conquer, and then you will be given that crown of king. But at the same time, like King David, he wasn't only the king, he was also the priest of the house, because he knew he had to fight in the spiritual, and he also knew that he had to fight in the physical to protect that kingdom. All right, so these are basic principles for us. So if you're seeing the princess right now and the princess is not seeing the king, it's because you're still acting like a frog. So stop convincing her that you are that. Become the king. Become the provider. The other day I heard this guy, this guy is a warrior. This guy is like way off the wall. All right, his name is Garrett. And I saw him speaking about a frame. The frame in the house. What he was trying to explain to men, it was about 1,000 men in that group. And this is a group that the guys that they go there, they pay like 10 grand to go to these seminars, $10,000. And then they have programs that these guys have to pay like 250 grand to get to that level. And the idea is to bring their businesses to the next level, but first understanding that if they don't connect with the wife and the kids, they better don't even be wasting the time. And this is not even a church, okay? It's not even a church. It's 100% spiritual, but it's not even a church. And look at the things that they're talking about. The way that you prosper a business starts with you connected at home, with your wife and with your little ones, all right? So he's speaking about the frame. And basically what he's saying that even if you as men do not want to accept this reality, it is the most truth that is out there. And it's that you as a man, you are the one that determines the frame of your family. Basically the life that they're going to live. So let's say your wife is one of those generals. It's because you set the frame for her to be the general. The way that happened is you gave up your authority, you gave up your leadership at home. So you're the one that said that. It's not that she took it over, it's that you gave it up. It's because, again, remember, you're the one that set the frame. When you go to a house, whatever is going on is because that was set by the man. And the dream that every woman has, and I tell you at least 90%, is that you as a man realize what we're talking about right now and stand up like the man, like the king, and start running and being the provider of all these things that we already mentioned. Guidance, love, security, support, everything. I even saw that in my house. My wife, she dreams for me to wake up entirely to take over control of everything. And a lot of the times, I don't even know how to do it. A lot of the times, I just get lost in the mist and she needs to take over. Especially when it comes to scheduling events, parties, going to parks, she would love for me to just wake up and start running everything. But sometimes I just can't. And that's one of the biggest problems today at home. All right, that's one of the biggest problems in all of these men of faith, with businesses especially, that they have these things to worry about and they don't know how to run the show. So when they come in, They're just like one more kid at home because the mom is the one that is running the show. So that's part of the process of the ark. It is through this process that I'm looking, that I've been searching, that I've been investing in growth, for me to understand all these things, to wake up to the reality that I am the king of my house, that I am the provider, that I am the one that is running this frame right here, and that it's time for me to stop pretending to be the man and to really, really be that man of that loving house, but with me in it. Understanding that I'm the one that God gave the authority to be the provider of all the things that we spoke already. So again, guys, remember that stronger is the man that conquers his spirit than the one that conquers the city. Ciao.